Hello everyone, how's it going? Many people find it hard to be active, especially if they have a job that's typically done sitting down. Well, something that can help with this is called exercise snacks. Well, what are those? And is it something that can really benefit our health? Well, if that sounds interesting to you, then keep watching. Exercise snacks. Now, are we talking about a pre-workout or post-workout food? No, we're talking about small increments of activity or exercise throughout the day. I'm really excited about this topic because there's so many people that find it hard to get a full workout in every day. Maybe because of their job or their energy level, because of a health reason or some other reason. Now later in the video, we'll talk about how this will actually work even for people who are stuck at a desk job all day. Now, the Department of Health and Human Services recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity each week for most healthy adults, which works out to be about 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. If you have a heart condition, you want to keep in mind it's best to check with your healthcare team to find out what exercise will be safe for you. Now, exercise snacks are defined as a brief period of high intensity movement or exercise for about 1 or 2 minutes. It's kind of like high intensity interval training, which is the HIIT workouts where they have you exert yourself for a short period and then you rest for a short period. The difference is with exercise snacks, you're actually moving vigorously for about 2 minutes, but then you rest for an hour or more. But so many of us just sit for such a long time all day throughout the day that we really need reminders to keep moving. Sedentary behavior can really have a negative impact on our health. It can lead to high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol, and obesity. Now, so many people tend to have this all or nothing mentality. They feel if they're not going to the gym, if they don't have special equipment or they're not going to do a long workout, then they tend to do nothing. But the nice thing about exercise snacks is that it's not really a big commitment, but the benefits can really be amazing for our overall health. Well, what benefits? Well, studies have shown an improvement in cardiovascular function, flexibility, strength, the ability to reduce our blood sugar levels. It even can help us improve our memory, our mood, make us feel more alert, give us more energy. Now, one study showed that in order for it to have help with the blood sugar, a person may need to walk or do some other activity for 1 to 5 minutes every half hour. Now, that may not be something that works for everyone, depending on their situation, but even others in the study who didn't get up as often, they still found that it helped them with their blood pressure, their mood, and energy. Speaking of mood, we've all heard how regular exercise can really help ease the symptoms of depression and anxiety in many people because it does help us release endorphins. Now, these exercise snacks, if they can help us throughout the day in that way to ease those symptoms, that could be a huge benefit. Next, we're going to talk about some practical suggestions of how we can incorporate these exercise snacks, whether we are at home or we actually have a desk job and we go to an office somewhere. But before we move on to that, I'd like to remind you to please like and subscribe if you're enjoying today's information. Also, make sure you check out the links below. There you can read the information that I found on this topic. And feel free to leave a comment if you have had a good experience with exercise snacks or if you have a practical suggestion on how that could be done. Okay, so we're going to talk about some suggestions, but just as a reminder, if you've had a cardiovascular diagnosis, make sure you do check with your healthcare team to make sure that even short bouts of exercise are something that would be safe for you. Okay, so we know many people have just slowed down since the pandemic. Many people started working from home. Some still do. It became very popular to have meetings over video conference, and that's actually still being used. It's just very convenient. Even as we get older, we tend to slow down. Loss of muscle mass and strength is kind of an accepted part of aging. But one study found that these exercise snacks actually really helped healthy older adults to improve their leg muscle and size. So it really doesn't matter what our age. These exercise snacks, these little bursts of exercise can really be beneficial for us. Now, if you're at home, you can try some of these suggestions. Walk in place while you're watching TV. Do some jumping jacks, maybe a few reps of jumping rope. Walk around while you're talking on the phone. You could do lunges, jogging, sprints. Every hour, maybe think about turning on your favorite song and dancing. That's something I used to do a lot when I was younger, and I don't really think about doing that, but that really gets you motivated. You could try doing 10 squats, walk around the house 10 times, inside or out, depending on the weather. You could try doing 10 wall push-ups, really any household chore that gets you moving, just trying to incorporate some of that activity or movement every hour, for a little bit at least every hour. And those who are at a desk job, you may have an office at home, or you may actually drive to an office. Some have invested in a standing desk or a treadmill desk, which can be a really wonderful thing. But if you're trying to keep your costs low, you could just try doing some of these simple exercise snacks. You could try pacing while you're on the phone. Try drinking more water when you're at work so that you have to make more trips to the bathroom. That kind of gets you moving. If you're in the break room and you're heating up some food in the microwave, while it's heating, you can walk around the break room. A simple thing that many people are trying is just getting up out of their chair. They'll stand up, sit back down, get back up. They just go back and forth and repeat that a few times just to kind of get their body moving. If it's available to you, you could try climbing a flight of stairs. That's a nice vigorous activity for a couple of minutes. Possibly even if you have a short break, you could do some jumping jacks or a few squats. Now, a performance expert and coach, he explained that after a long day of sitting, the reason we're tired is that we haven't been maintaining or creating energy. So when we're not moving, the blood is not really circulating as well, and we know the blood is what carries oxygen throughout the body. So it might be hard to get in the habit of these exercise bursts at first, so it's important to try to set a timer either on your phone or your watch. Sometimes you can just start with something simple like doing shoulder rolls for about a minute every hour. Now, it's really a small commitment, but consistency is still important, especially when it comes to cardiovascular health. It's recommended to try to get in at least 3 times a day, 7 days a week, these little bursts of activity. The nice thing is, though, once you get started in these, get in the habit of them, you actually start feeling better. It can actually encourage you to do more even. It's not really easy to become active sometimes, but with these small bites of exercise, it just makes it so much easier to stick to it. These tiny morsels of activity can actually even change our mindset, because we might start not thinking about exercise as a dreaded chore, but actually as a treat for ourselves, something that's going to make us feel better. So maybe we can't get in 30 minutes of a workout every day. Well, how about exercise snacks? Well, if you're wanting to improve your fitness, your physical health, or your mental health, give it a try. Just get moving and see what benefits might come about. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's information, and I hope to see you in the next video where we'll discuss another way we can improve our health.